This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
What's up, everybody? This is Luke Patrick with the iPhoneAppReview.com. Today we're slinging out yet another video review, this time taking a look at an application called SlotCar Mania HD for the iPad, which we will probably just be calling SlotCar Mania from this point onward. And it is on my springboard right there, ready to go. This app is available for $4.99 in the App Store, so a solid $5. And we absolutely love it. We're just going to throw that out there. It's an app that we enjoy quite immensely. Mostly because we used to play a lot of slot cars as children, and the end result is that the application is basically right up our alley. I'm going to have to flip this around really quickly. So, take off my, sorry for the unpreparedness here, I'm not a Boy Scout. There we go. So this is the main home screen for the application. You have basics sort of stuff going on, single player, multiplayer, top 10. This does come with game Synta integration, which is something that we look for quite a lot in a game. Under the options panel, we're going to click this really quickly. You've got a couple things. You can do tilt controls. We found it a bit hard to work with. So we mostly tend to do the touch controls. You've also got lap numbers and a car select. This is what's quite nice. You've got all kinds of different cars to choose from. So for instance, I'm going to go for one of these cars here and then hit save. And then you're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of jump straight into how this works and show you what it is. And we're going to do this as a single player game. That game does come with up to 3-person multiplayer, and it's fantastic. Obviously, these kind of games are best played with other people. So the fact that multiplayer is included is actually quite the boon. We're going to go ahead and go just with track 1 and then race. And here is the basic slot car setup. If you've ever played slot cars before, then you kind of have the gist of how this works. Essentially, you go along like this. I'm pressing the accelerator with my thumb. And you can just kind of rest like this, but if you want to make the most of it, you're going to need to use the turbo button, which means slamming this button here. And then trying not to bite it in the corners. If you're going too fast via the turbo button into the corners, you will in fact crash and lose time, which means that you're going to lose. So don't do that, essentially. This is more or less how it works, and it's slot cars, you know, and that's the main point of it, and we have to admit we like it quite a lot. Obviously, we played a lot of slot cars as children, so the fact that this is done so well on the iPad and is so entertaining is actually quite nice. We never knew we wanted a slot car game for the iPad, but now that it's here, we're not complaining. I've got a set number of laps going on with this race, which I'm about to win, more or less. So let's kind of wrap this up so I can think again. It's hard to do these at the same time as doing a review. It's hard to play and review at the same time, I guess is what I'm saying, though kind of poorly. So there, I won. We're going to talk about graphics just very quickly. The graphics are obviously quite great. And the approximation of a slot car toy is absolutely perfect. It has everything that we would expect for the application. It's got complex levels that are hard to navigate. The boon here is the fact that unlike the slot car toy on your bedroom floor as a kid, this one does in fact come with multiple levels, which means you have ample opportunity to sort of play around. The courses are wonderfully complex in the sense that you do actually have to manage them well, which I'm not actually doing right now. But they are hard, and you are going to have to think about them, which we enjoyed quite a bit, and there's also a great variety in them. The graphics, as we mentioned, do look good, sort of arcadey, but in a good way, we'd say. And the controls cannot be simpler. Obviously, I'm just pressing 2 buttons or variations thereof. Couldn't be any simpler to actually manage. And essentially, that is all we had to say about it. The price is, of course, a solid $5 in the App Store, which is definitely higher than we might like to pay, but at the same time, you're definitely going to get your money's worth out of it as well. So take that as it may be. We're going to take it and give it a solid 4 out of 5 star rating. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. It's really hard to think. With a multiplayer, a bevy of single-player levels and modes as well, and a number of cars, there's a lot of gameplay to be had here. So at the end of the day, of course, we do have to give it a solid 4 out of 5 stars. And that is essentially all we have to say about it. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and sign out, but we will see you guys later. Bye.